You know your boy had to tune in. Hey, listen, bruh. Y'all know y'all boy Snore had to tune back into that Trap Geek. Shout out to my boy. We missed you. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, he always dropped the banger. I'm gonna get out this one. I'm gonna do me for like 2 months. He always do it, man. Anyway, DisneyWorld RICO inside the largest crew takedown in Florida history. Hey, bruh. Trap Geek. Originally to video down in the script, so that's why I tweeted out at the top. It's your boy Snore. Let's get to it.
When you come to Orlando, you think about Disney. Even though we ain't never been to Disney and shit ain't sweet, but people think about Disney when they talk about Florida.
When we think of Orlando, we think of Disney World, we think of Orlando Magic.
Why everybody get that concept of Disney and all that? I don't know. I guess that's just how they see it from the outside.
Well, the FBI typically doesn't telegraph our moves. What I can tell you is that these two gangs, the 438 gang and the Army gang, have got our attention now.
The other 5 already in custody are responsible for nearly $2 million in stolen property, 59 stolen vehicles, and 19 stolen firearms.
$2 million? Okay, let's keep it going.
Prominent people at the top. Just between those 8 people, they're responsible for 230 felony charges. Jaquavius Smith, better known as Glock 9, just him himself has been arrested for 52 felonies.
Alright, what is that?
That nigga lawyer, god damn, impeccable. That nigga lawyer is impeccable. Dude. Felonies? God damn.
What's up, everybody? It's been far too long. The last episode was in Florida, and for this video, we gotta return there once more. This time to Disney World's Orlando, where folks witnessed one of the largest RICO cases in state history, Operation X, take 34 people down from 2 separate crews. To show you what this looks like, the entire Bobby Shmurda and GS9 indictment was 63 pages. This RICO case in Florida is 700 pages long, with the Fed stalking people at concerts and putting informants in place to make controlled phone calls. One side.
That's crazy. You never know, bro. My bad for all this pause, but niggas at concerts, oh my god, you just never know.
AFNF, or the Army Gang, is led by the popular rapper Glock 9. The face of the other side, 438, is well-known rapper Hot Boy. Both of them were good friends coming up in the industry together till it all went left, escalating into this year-long war that came crashing down quick, with folks hanging out the windows of cars, wielding AK-47s in broad daylight, hitting daycares and memorials. The city saw 30 back-to-back shootings in 6 months, and it forced Orlando to bring in the MBI, or Metropolitan Bureau of Investigations, basically Florida's version of the FBI, who built this whole case using wiretaps, Instagram, and evidence they found on people's phones. Sometimes thousands of photos and videos that map out drug routes from Orlando to California, with folks taking trips back and forth, smuggling hundreds of thousands of dollars in suitcases, flying girls out separate to bring the product home, where they launder the profits through cars, guns, and show dogs. Glock 9, who signed a $2 million deal with Young Money and Birdman when he was only 18, now faces 52 charges, including frauding the government out of $10,000 through a series of PPP loan scams that got intercepted when he tried showing it off to his friends on Instagram. And when the news dropped about...
Hold up. I remember hearing about that PPP shit from Glock 9. I don't think he needed to do that if he did do that, but I just... Bro, it's one of them things like, bro, what, bro?
Of a pending RICO charge, his once friend turned rival, Hot Boy, decided to go on the run, and then turned himself in, but then went on the run again after they revoked his bond.
One gang member on the one last month is now in jail.
Why are you tripping? I'm not the other head on.
We're getting into all this, but first, check out my song of the day. This is a new one from my guy Millies. Let's go.
A lot of rappers richer than me did the shit with less skill, so I know I could get on.
Shout out to Millies. Shout out to Millies. We did a review on this actual song.
Wildest stories I've ever covered, and in order to understand it, we gotta travel to the tourist capital of America, home of Walt Disney Entertainment, with 70 million visitors coming in and out each year, Orlando, Florida. But there's a part of the city they don't show, the infamous ghettos of West Orlando. Backcountry roads, dry industrial land with scattered housing complexes and homes. It may not look like much, but it got so bad in the 80s and 90s, they gave it the nickname Warlando.
It's a war going on in Orlando, and I'm not saying like a big war, it's just a war amongst ourselves and all this killings.
But 3 artists from there were making a way out. Glock 9, Hot Boy, and Pootie, each from a different neighborhood with a unique Florida sound. And where most cities have problems when 3 artists are coming up, these 3 were helping each other, sharing blog connections on WorldStar and Say Cheese TV, making songs together.
We always like tied in, bro. Like we was like brothers. We sleep with these jits, like every day be around these same jits. I don't know, shit went left. Yeah, that shit went left.
The first to really blow up was Glock 9, with his massive song called 10%, hitting 35 million views the summer of 2018. He had such a raw talent and energy.
Hey, that's so crazy. Listen, that's so crazy. Because in the beginning of that song, he dissed Pootie. Me not knowing, I swear I didn't peep till like a year later. I'll take the lie back, like 6 months later though. 6 months later, motherfucker's like, you know he whoop, whoop, whoop. He did. Wait, huh? I ain't heard the song so many fucking times, bruh.
Months later, Birdman and Young Money would sign him to a $2 million deal. It inspired his friends Hot Boy and Pootie to take music more serious. But Glock 9 was unpredictable. He was wild. You tell him there's rules, he was breaking them.
You have been in jail more than 10 times?
Yeah.
You're 18 right now?
Yeah.
You've been in jail 12 times?
Yeah.
Arrested for everything from possession of burglary tools to guns, he went from stealing cars in GTA at 11 to snatching real cars at 13. And after signing this $2 million deal with Birdman, Glock 9 was getting picked up twice a year and beating every case thanks to Young Money's private lawyers. He even bragged through text messages about being out on 4 separate bonds at once thanks to his defense attorney.
My family, like, all they know, I get in trouble. I'm a hothead. I'm gonna crash. They don't understand me. They don't get what I was doing it for.
2018, the year he blew up, his friend Hot Boy was serving 2 extra years in a Florida detention center for wrecking the place. But one day they gave him a 24-hour pass to go home, and he went straight to the studio to record music with Glock 9 and Pootie, creating this song Hooligan, which would have been a massive record, except they would never release it. Glock 9 was burning bridges left and right. He had a falling out with Say Cheese TV, one of the largest bloggers and platforms to exist, who was promoting him.
Pussy, you got more money than me. Pussy, you ain't gonna last long no ways, nigga. That's why your own nigga switching up on you, cause that money getting to your head. You haven't made it yet, bro.
By the time
I said I could have seen the signs. I should have seen the signs. They was in my face. Wow. I just looked at it. I remember seeing that shit. I looked at that shit. I don't give a fuck. Ain't none of my, you know what I'm saying? Ain't none of my business. So, what the fuck? This nigga, shout out to Trap Geek. He put in perspective. What the fuck?
Time Hot Boy got out of juvie, on the outside, Glock 9 and Pootie started going at each other, leaving Hot Boy caught in the middle.
Why is there no Hot Boy Glock 9 records, no Pootie Hot Boy records?
Shit just went left. Shit went left.
You being cool with both of them, do you think you could kind of squash that beef?
I tried.
You tried before?
Yeah, I already tried.
Yeah.
That shit dead.
But with the release of these RICO papers, the feds paint a picture of a bunch of crews competing to further their own interests. It wasn't just music they were into. It was all sorts of money schemes in the criminal underworld they had hands in. Glock 9 had his own clan, All Friends No Family, or AF&F, who mainly stay in the Mercy Drive area of West Orlando, which they say was built on a cemetery. It has mandated 24/7 police patrols, and AF&F was organizing like a war was about to happen, texting each other gang structures and rules. They had a system where a female associate would legally purchase guns for everybody in the crew who was a convicted felon. And when a Kentucky rapper named 2K Baby came to visit Orlando, AF&F robbed him of his jewelry, taking the grills from his mouth, his money, then went on Instagram Live at the Mercy Drive apartments, challenging his folks to come get it back.
This the only way you gonna come in, the only way you gonna pull out. What you gonna do?
Let me see where you at. You already putting insurance.
The bricks, the same place this shit happened at. 14 Mercy Drive.
Exactly.
Hey, my homeboy say you want.
Hey man. Now, like I said, I ain't a real street guy, nothing like that. But I never like the money. Okay, You take the chains and shit to sell. That's another shit too. That you can get, you know what I'm saying? You get money for that gold and for them diamonds and shit. Cool. But the flaunting on the gram and all that, bro, it's like, and wearing it, like, you get no cool points for me for wearing the motherfucker now. Taking it, it's like, all right, you got street points, my nigga. You about that. You caught him slipping, whatever, woo. But wearing it, showboating it and shit, it's like, all right, bro. What the fuck you doing for? Show and tell? What the fuck, my nigga? That's just me, though.
The chain back,
How much y'all will spend for it?
By October of 2019, the tension with the various crews was rising. Pooty dropped this song, Address It, a freestyle where he was dissing Glock 9, saying they both bleed the same and that it was war. And right around then, the Orlando police began putting in surveillance early.
Y'all heard that? Maybe I'm tripping.
They knew shit was starting to boil over. Equally, the crews knew they were being watched. They even set up counter surveillance to watch the feds watching them, posting videos to Instagram with middle finger emojis pointed at hidden squad cars in the bushes. And by the time 2020 rolled around, there were agents watching Hot Boy at all his concerts, with officers stalking Instagram feeds as well because they couldn't believe the money people were pulling in. Hot Boy, of course, had a real rap career, making legitimate music money, but the feds were watching him make plays on his cell phone, texting people for t-shirts, which was a code word for 100 pounds of coke that was to be broken up and resold. See, these wiretaps didn't only reveal what the rappers and crews were doing, they went all the way to the source of supply for the gangs in the city. Specifically, Hot Boy's 438 gang from the Silver Star, Pine Hills area of West Orlando. As the feds wiretapped the most prominent narco trafficker in the city who's doing business with them. An Orlando kingpin who bi-weekly was smuggling bulk US currency to the tune of 200 grand in suitcases and using girls as mules to fly that product back from Cali and resell in Orlando. The feds intercepted texts where they were telling each other to save these messages as a reminder because they were about to be millionaires. But with the feds monitoring warehouses, dodging lookouts left and right, the beef between Glock 9's side and Pooty and Hot Boy was really about to escalate a few months later in April, at a house party where Glock 9's best friend would shoot Hot Boy's right-hand man, Wolf Luma, killing him. This was Pooty's good friend too. The event brought Hot Boy and Pooty much closer. 11 days after, they had a funeral for Wolf Luma, where Hot Boy filmed this iconic music video at the service with everybody dressed in all black. Later that same day, they all went back to Pooty's neighborhood to hold a vigil for their friend who was killed. But their rivals AFNF found out. Driving over to the memorial in a small, dark SUV, they began shooting into the crowd that was gathered, hitting Pooty and 3 others, killing a pro football prospect who had just signed with Louisville University. Investigators say this was retaliation just for Glock 9's friend getting arrested for the shooting of Wolf Luma. The very next month, 90,000 people tuned in for the live stream of the funeral for this 18-year-old football player who was killed.
Yeah,
there was a chilling moment when
we all heard about this football player.
Bishop quieted the whole room and said, "No suspect has been arrested yet, but folks are sitting here knowing who did it. This has to stop." See, Glock 9 and others in AFNF had set up this network of unemployment scams across various states in the country, with a database of names, addresses, and credit scores, all saved on Glock 9's phone. He was using these scams to pay for the bonds of lower-ranking members that got jammed up. That way, they could fund this war for a long time, choosing to discuss business over FaceTime to prevent the feds from listening in. Both the 438 gang and AFNF had hierarchies and subsets. Both of them were competing as the feds watched 438 members boast through tech.
Hold on, the feds can hear the FaceTime calls and watch it. Hold up. Keep it hot. Never mind, fuck it. We ain't back over there with it. Cause shit. If my 3 a.m. FaceTime calls, yeah. My motherfucker gonna be on there. I'm tripping. Come on. But damn, what? Why they can tap into everything, bro? Like, it's really no privacy for real. It's really no privacy. Honestly, bro. No, cause now here's some bullshit I'm about to lay on y'all. Look. Alright. Have y'all ever been like talking about some shit? Like, alright, cool. Like I was talking about buying some new tires and shit for the car. The winter about to hit. Respectable thing. Why the fuck I'm seeing tire ads? Why I'm seeing tire ads on the ground? You know what I'm saying? Auto advertisements and shit. No, but it gets so fucked up. Have you ever been thinking some shit? And like that ad get to playing. Like this some bullshit. Nah, cause I'm about to really go into psychopath snore. That's a whole different nigga. Cause how the fuck you able to just see what I'm thinking? I really just fucked up the flow of the video, but there's some bullshit. My bad. I might cut that part out.
Text message that they had enough money and guns to do what they wanted, and that made AF&F jealous. By the summer of 2020, the beef even spilled out of town into Jacksonville, Florida, with Glock 9 putting out this song on the 1st of July called Criminal Minds. And in it, he says his enemies were clicking up making teams. He was actually talking about the well-known rapper Fulio out of Jacksonville.
How you watch your mama get popped, you got shot in the ass, and you wrote a statement? All three of them things do not go together. Boy, you tripping.
All because Fulio would take a photo with Pootie, and this made Glock 9 mad. So he started dissing Fulio's deceased friends, and it caused Fulio's enemies from Jacksonville like Queso to then click up with Glock 9, where there was even almost a massive brawl at a mall in Atlanta when Queso crossed paths with Pootie and things were seconds away from turning dangerous.
Oh, you can't stop all y'all. Y'all get to shoot at them cocky. Them cocky can't stop all y'all. Shit! Oh, what are you talking about? Yo ass, stay running up on niggas' ass in the mall, boy.
But back in Orlando, the OPD was concerned there would be a string of shootings very soon, and they were right. 4 days into July, police arrived at a house in West Orlando with reports of gunshots. They found Glock 9's car with dark tinted windows riddled in bullets, and him nowhere to be found. Listening in on phone calls, the feds learned of new strategies AF&F was using to avoid police when they were going on missions. They were riding around in rental vehicles with dark tints to see if they would get pulled over frequently in case they had to gun it in a high-speed chase. They were even gonna put white boy stickers on vehicles so the police would think it was white people in the car and not try and stop them. 4 days after they found Glock 9's car abandoned with bullet holes in it.
Nah, hold on, cause that nigga thought whoever thought of that thought they thought of some shit. No. Hell no. Honestly, bro. I got files on my car, 5% tint. Nah, let me not speak on that. Fuck that.
One of his friends, who went by the name Baby Joker, was
knock on some wood too. Fuck that. I wasn't even about to say that no more.
Driving around deep in 438 territory, looking for rivals to tag. They pulled in at a place where one of Hot Boy's good friends stayed at, driving a gray Dodge Challenger, and began firing at folks, with people scattering all over the yard. Hot Boy's friend reacted quickly, running inside to grab his Draco, and came back, shooting at Baby Joker in the gray Dodge Challenger, which at this point was stranded in the middle of the road with the driver's hands all shot up, unable to get away. Baby Joker was dead. The craziest part, Hot Boy's friend, the guy they were aiming at, was someone they knew since they were kids. This particular shooting would get referenced in a lot of music, as 438 boasted about this failed hit attempt. In his song Left Lonely, Hot Boy tells Glock 9 directly, "Your little stepper ran down and he died." Hot Boy was blowing up and doing songs with Lil Baby. He even signed to 100K Management, the same guys who managed King Von and YNW Melly. And there were other artists from the Silver Star 438 region, like Cudham Reese, who was getting quite popular, getting song placements in Madden 2K games. He was even one of the rare artists who was able to get Chief Keef to do a music video with him, The feds had theories. Glock 9 was jealous Reese's career was taking off. One day, Glock 9 blasted over to Reese's house with rifles and pistols in the car, leaving it riddled with bullets. Witnesses told detectives Glock 9 was trying to eliminate the competition. And the very next day, Reese would retaliate back, going with 5 other 438 members to Glock's aunt's house where he was sleeping at, and they left her house riddled in bullets as well. This particular feud was crazy as the police counted 5 different attempts where Glock 9 tried to take Reese's life in a matter of months, including a time where Reese was—
Ain't that nigga cousin or something? That's nigga somebody cousin. I can't remember vividly right now, but yeah.
filming a music video in his purple Hellcat and was being followed by AF&F members who pulled up next to him in traffic and started shooting. Reese shot back and managed to escape, but then crashed into an oncoming vehicle and had to abandon the purple Hellcat with busted up legs. With all this death and violence happening in the city, Orlando finally hit up the Metropolitan Bureau of Investigations for help. They needed 18 different agencies to collaborate, and the tipping point, of course, was the infamous shootout at the Millennium Mall. If you want the city to act, do something where their money is at risk, in a public space with loads of businesses and wealthy people. On October 8th of last year, Orlando's luxury mall of Millennia was a scene of chaos as OPD officers responded to a shooting that broke out in the parking lot. It was 3 against 4, Glock 9 and 3 others versus 3 438 members. On surveillance video, you see the 438 guys leaving the mall, getting into a white BMW, and then rolling the car slowly, with shooters positioned behind the car doors, firing at Glock 9 and his people, who were taking cover behind their own car, with bystanders running everywhere as security rushed to evacuate the mall.
That sounds like a scene from an action movie, bro.
And despite a hail of gunfire, nobody actually got hit. But now, the feds were getting more search warrants and surveillance than ever before, confiscating cell phones left and right, where they found people's internet history, how to turn semi-automatic guns into fully automatic guns easily, numerous Google searches on phones, looking up specific shootings that happened in the Central Florida area. Meanwhile, the police were meeting with confidential informants who knew all about the 438 gang, their members, their inner workings, everything. The informants told them of—
Bro, I want to see some of them documents, bro. In the comment section, fuck that. In the comment section, show me how to look at them, cause like
$60,000 hits being placed on people's heads, and recommended the police act swiftly because more people were gonna die. And the rest, well, the rest of the story you know now. 34 people from 2 rival crews brought down in Operation X. And before I let you go, people always ask me what beats are in the video. I've listed the fantastic producers in order in the description below. And for the intro beat, I teamed up with Chris Rich to make an exclusive beat pack focused on that dark, ominous sound.
Ooh, hey, ooh.
The pack is called Rich Stories, and the links for that are in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Fucking your bitch and I'm ripping the skirt off. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that was hard. Hold on. That was hard. So, hey, look, that's why I be wanting to hold out before, Trap Geek. He be getting in detail with this shit. Everybody else, that shit be cool. They be hitting. But Trap Geeks is just nothing like this shit. It's nothing like his shit. It's nothing like his shit, bro. He came with court documents and shit, warrants, pictures and shit that I never seen. Have you saw them? Exactly. Anyway, originally to video down in the description. That's my Twitter. Now be top. It's your boy Snore. 4 a.m. Snores out the building. I'm gone. I'm gonna go to sleep. Tired, man.